Hello, everybody. This is Belinda Pearl, and welcome to this live experience under the full moon of Scorpio. And so today is such an auspicious day. This is where the East meets the West, and we really bring those polar opposites together. So it's such a perfect time for all of us to join forces together. And I'm here with Tiny Devotions, and today I am wearing this amazing mala. It's called the Goddess of Strength, and I've been wearing it for the last couple of days just to really try to tune into the energy and into the space that this mala can really amplify in our life. And one thing that's important about this particular mala is this combination of stones that is bound together, if you will, to create this sacred symbol. And so if you have a mala today, especially a Tiny Devotions mala, let us put it on so we can infuse the mala with the energy that we wish to create today. So now if you're online, how about you say hello and let me know who is here with us all. I'm looking forward. Hi, Nicole. Love being able to watch you live. Thanks, Nicole. So great to be here. And again, maybe you should buy one of these Tiny Devotions malas. They're just beautiful. So welcome, everybody. And let me tell you again a little bit about the mala. So we have this black onyx here, and the black onyx is really about the strength that this mala is amplifying for me, especially in this place that I'm sharing here with you, as well as the moon energy that we are drawing forth today. And then this guru bead is the clear quartz, and the clear quartz is really creating that space of clarity within inside of us. It really helps us to center ourselves on our goals, and especially these guru beads are very clear, they're not very smoky, and so this is really that sort of more masculine, active energy that we want to bring forward into this meditation, as well as into the energy of this very auspicious day. And so any intention that we set today is going to really be amplified. And so if you have your mala, or if you have any mala or any kind of totem, place it with you, or place your mala on you, and so that we can really infuse the energy of today. And then also just to get a little bit into what the moon is offering to us. So it's a full moon, and if you look at the moon, it's shiny and bright, and the sun is shining, reflecting onto the moon, and there's that opposition. And we're going to be working a little bit with the opposition today as well, so that we can really see what it is that we need to dissolve, because the Scorpio moon is about, or Scorpio itself is about transmuting energy, but we have to go through the shadow in order for us to really transmute the energy. And so if you're online with us, say hello, and just tell me where you're from or where you are, and just share a little heart or a little thumbs up will be really good. And again, I'm Belinda Pearl, and I'm here with Tiny Devotions, and today again I'll be working with the Goddess of Strength. And I think all of us in this world really need the Goddess of Strength to help us really bring into fruition our dreams and our goals and our insights and our intentions. Hi, Devin, and hi, Caitlin. Nice to have you here with us. Orange County, and this is just up the road from me. I'm in San Diego, so we can really create a strong force. And I know there's a couple of people here from San Diego that are watching, so let us join our forces together and create this really what we call like a morphic field of energy that can really help share this energy with everybody around the globe. And so whatever we conjure up today, and I'm going to use the word conjure because Scorpio is all about the deeper sort of occult, magical type of tendencies or characters or gifts that we hold within us. So let's take a moment here just to think of an intention for ourselves. And sometimes what I like to do just to balance the brain, to make sure that we are in a place of clarity within inside of ourselves, and that's why this clear quartz really offers to us this place of inner clarity. So I like to take this mudra where we bring all the tips of the fingers together like this, and then place it just in front of your heart center or solar plexus. And the amount of pressure is probably about 2 to 5 pounds of pressure, so it's not too forceful. There's a softness to it, but there's still an eagerness and a wanting to really create this. Hi, Sheridan. Oceanside, yay. Okay, so again, press all the fingertips together. And just for this moment, if it feels comfortable, just close your eyes and bring your awareness in towards your breath. And so as we create this space, this holy space within inside of us, by bringing that left and right brain together, so we can really meld it together in the infusion of the light of this full moon. So gently press the tips of the fingers together and bring your awareness to the breath. And we're going to take a few cleansing breaths together. So we're going to inhale through the nose and then just sigh the breath out through the mouth gently. Do about 2 or 3 more of those. So inhaling, exhaling. In this place, in this space that you are all sitting, and even if you're not with us live today, but if you are joining us later, you can still really tap into this energy that all of us are creating together. And this becomes a morphic field that we can share out in the world all around us. So in the space of clarity, the space of union with inside of ourselves, just take a moment to run through your thoughts and see what intention comes to you, something that you'd like to really infuse with this moon energy. Remember, the sun is really spotlighting that intention for you by shining all its bright lunar, solar energies onto the moon so that you can really rise up into that strength. And once you've found something and it kind of settles into the mind, into the heart, you can either stay here with your fingers pressing, or like I like to do is I take a little prayer mudra, and this just helps me to infuse this into the center of my heart. So bring your hands together and press the hands firmly into one another. And just take a moment here to really center yourself on your intention. And just like that sun beams its light onto the moon, you can then beam that light from the moon into the universe with your intention infused with inside of that light force. And I like to always tell people, see it going out into the universe. And knowing that it will always be so, it will be reflected back to you in many different ways, more ways than are so unexpected for you. And now with that intention infused and set into the cosmos, let us place our hands onto our legs, palms up or palms down, whichever feels comfortable. If your eyes are closed, just keep them closed. And again, just center yourself on your breath. And so imagine in your mind that the orb of the full moon kind of descends upon you, and it creates a little holy space for you to sit within, a little sacred space. And you can feel the sun's rays as it beams its light upon you, and anything that's in your field that you don't need at this time, let us ask for those items, those issues, those woes, those worries, just to dissipate through the shining light. And in your mind's eye, you can just imagine that all of those are just dissolving away. And in this space, again, I'll ask for you to remember your intention and maybe even why you set that intention. And is there something that is wrapped around that intention? Is there something that you've been working on? Say a goal for yourself, something that you're projecting into your future that you wish you can attain, be it just simply abundance or a new job, new opportunities, new doorways, just maybe even a new way of being. Maybe you think it's even infused, maybe it's happiness, or maybe it's joy, or it's just inner peace. Whatever that goal that you've been working towards that is now infused with your intention, I ask for you to see that goal of yours opposite you, just like the sun is opposite the full moon right now. And as if that was standing on the other side, and there's something between you and that goal. There's something that somewhat comes in and prevents us from really fulfilling those goals or those intentions for ourselves. And so take a moment here just to think of what that could be for yourself. Maybe it's fear, or maybe you allow your mind to worry too much. Or maybe you think that it's too hard. Or maybe it's a programming or a belief system, not even from yourself, or maybe it's from, your upbringing or from somebody else. Or something somebody said to you, or you feel that you're not worthy of actually having that goal or that intention for yourself. So see what stands between you and realizing that goal. What is that little shadow that kind of crops its head up every now and again? And you wish that in some way, in some magical way, you could just melt that all away so you could see yourself standing brightly illuminated in that space of your goal, your intention. And so from this place where you're sitting right here in this holy space, surrounded by the orb of the moon, this is a sacred space. This is a place of nurturing and love. So allow yourself to feel that space of nurturing and love. And I ask for you to remember a happy, happy time. A time where you felt delightful. Maybe if you can't think of anything recent, maybe you have to go back to when you were a child. And if you struggle even finding a happy memory there, how about taking yourself to a place that maybe you've seen on the TV or a magazine or online somewhere, a picture or photograph of some amazing location. And you could imagine yourself being there, and you could imagine yourself being so alive and so happy. And so in the sacred space of the glow of this orb of the full moon, allow yourself just to feel that happiness for a moment and see where you feel it. Where does it come to in your body? And so if you can allow yourself to amplify that energy all around you, so you're infusing yourself more so with that essence of happiness, so you feel strengthened, empowered. And see if you can follow yourself all the way up from the soles of the feet to the crown of your head with that infusion. And now from this place of empowerment and strength, I ask for you to look across again and see what that thing is that stands in your way. And so as you look across and you look at that other part of yourself, from the perspective of where you're standing, what are the thoughts that come to you? Maybe you wish that that part of you would dissolve or dissipate, or maybe you had the strength. So what are those thoughts that come to you? So just take a moment here. Taking a couple of deep breaths and just seeing what that other self makes you feel here in this place. Maybe you feel an ounce of sadness. Maybe you wish you could just give her a big hug until it's all going to be okay. And now, magically, we're going to transport ourselves all the way across to that opposition, where we see ourselves being a little bit in our worries, a little bit in our woes, in our fears, our doubts, not being worthy of. And so now we're going to stand in that place and maybe see how that feels. And maybe it feels a little uncomfortable. Maybe you feel a little, I don't want to be here. How does that feel in your body, and where does it resonate with you? And what is the colors around you? What do you see? Maybe it's not as bright or luminous. Maybe it's a little heavier and dense. And we won't stay here too long. So I want you to, from this perspective, look across towards that side where you see yourself being in that happy orb of light. And from this side, what do you see? What do you feel? Do you wish that you could be her more so? You wish you had the strength to stand in that lightness every day. What are those feelings? So just take a moment here to be here. And remember, all of these shadow sides of us are so necessary for us to grow. So we learn from them. They are each stepping stones for us to walk our path. As you look across, just see what you feel in this space and it's all okay. So don't judge any of the feelings. Just let them be. Take another breath here. And now we can see above us the orb of the moon. And it's almost its light wants to draw us in, but it's going to draw in these two parts of ourself. That happy self and a self that is a little bit more dense, a little bit more in that space of worry, a little bit more heavy, a little bit darker. And so you can feel yourself being drawn up, these two aspects of yourself, being drawn up along the glow of the full moon. And you feel yourself surrounded by this beautiful bubble of love as you ascend towards the full moon. And even as you start to slowly approach that orb of light, you can start to even feel yourself melting. All those bits and pieces, even the shadow. Feel how she melts, how she dissipates, how she releases. And even the happy self starts to dissolve. And as you enter the orb of light, you completely dissolve into the light. Both aspects of yourself. And in this space, we're going to stay just for a while, so we can receive that transforming luminous light of the full moon. And through your mind's eye, just allow all the light of that full moon to infuse every cell of your being. And imagining that you could feel that every cell of your being vibrating with that luminous light of the moon. And it almost feels empowering, strengthening. And allow yourself to bathe in all of that space. Feel yourself completely infused, dissolved into one. This is your true self. This is your highest self. This is a self will always be there to show you the path forward. To feel yourself completely infused in the light. It's almost your home away from home. And breathe in all that light all around you and feel your physical body dissolving into the light as every cell becomes this shiny space, this glittering space. Every cell shines at a perfect hue of light. You take a couple more deep breaths as you sit in this space, feeling your luminous self, feeling that beautiful goddess moon energy shining through you, enveloping you and nourishing you, nurturing you. And allow all those other aspects to completely dissolve so the mind is free and fresh, enlivened. Let's breathe in. Let's breathe out. And now we begin that sacred journey back along this pathway. Slowly as we descend back towards this earthly plane, back into that beautiful bubble of light. And now, as we descend into that beautiful, nurturing bubble of light, feel yourself fully grounded, back into that happy space. And as you gaze across, see clearly your intention, and see all those shadows completely dissolved and dissipated, no longer there. And see how you can be more in that intention. And now from this place on this earthly plane, we're going to bring that intention as if the sun was getting closer and closer. And you can feel your intention, your goal, moving closer and closer, closer and closer till you see yourself as a complete reflection of yourself. And as you look at yourself, smile broadly and brightly. And feel that infusion of love just rush through your body. Feel that space of pure empowerment lifting you up. You can feel every system within your body enlivened, refreshed. And just sit here with your eyes closed in the space, feeling your personal power, feeling that clarity of mind, feeling this protective shield of the luminosity of the moon enveloping you. And it is here every day, every day. You never walk alone. You are always here supported on your pathway. So see yourself already walking on that pathway, that sacred journey you have chosen, that you have chosen for yourself. walking down that pathway with a big smile on your face, your heart held high. And feeling that smile on your face, feeling that luminosity flowing through you, seeing yourself walking on that sacred pathway, that journey already fulfilled, that intention infused within inside of you. And take another deep, deep breath in, full, complete breath. We're going to once more lift our hands up in front of our hearts, and if you want to open your eyes just to peek, we're going to create what we call the lotus mudra. So we're going to spread our fingers apart, but bring the edges of the palms together, the thumb and the pinky as well. And again, place that in front of your heart center. And this is the lotus. This is where we receive that essence of our true self. And it flows into the heart. And imagine this is a funnel, just funneling all that light from the luminous moon into your heart center. And again, fill yourself up. Feel yourself filled with all that strength and all that power. And all that is in life is instantly transmuted into love by the light. And so, holding the space for yourself, let's bring our palms together into those namaste hands. And from this expanded self, this place where we step into our true desires, let us share our light with everybody in our communities and see your light get even more brighter, brighter and brighter, shining through the walls, across the streets, across all communities, across these lands, into other countries and across the oceans. And share this light with everybody. This is a place of true empowerment. This is a place of true peace. And so let us share peace and love with the entire world. And feeling yourself completely grounded in this place and in this space wherever you are seated. Take another breath just to honor that place within inside of your heart. And release your hands down. And then slowly just open your eyes, just feeling the space around you, not even getting distracted by too many things. Maybe if you have your mala on, or you have your totem, maybe hold it in your hand. And just really feel the strength that is infused within inside of it. And so, for this meditation, to conclude this meditation, I shuffled the pack early on just before I got started, and I pulled out a card. And so I'm going to reveal the card and just see what the card says. And hopefully you can see that. And it says, Sacred Journey, Life Cycles, Family, and Transformation. And if you can see on the card itself, there is this tree, and this is us growing up towards the sky, really reaching towards our goals. There's our goal ahead of us there, and those roots, bringing us back into our bodies that we can really be here in this incarnation, in this lifetime. And you can see all the hearts that are around us. We are supported and we are loved in so many ways. And then you can see the orb that lifted us up towards that place of our luminous, illuminated self. And so I inspire each and every one of you to take your sacred journey with that place of true empowerment. True empowerment. True empowerment. And again, each step that we take forward is really that place of self-realization, of really seeing ourselves in our truest form. And so, from my heart to yours, I'd like to thank you so much for this journey that we took together. And again, if you want to buy a mala, if you don't have one, or if Mother's Day is coming up, and you want to really work with the Scorpio full moon energies, this is the mala of the goddess of strength. And again, I'm going to be wearing this for the next couple of days, because even as we go past the full moon, all that energy still empowers us. And so it's never to lose this energy. Take it with you. And a nice little spark or thought is, every time that you see the moon, how about this? Every time that you see the moon, your intention is going to be amplified, and you're going to remember your intention, and so it's going to follow you. And this is the purpose of that law of attraction, is what we really put our minds to. where we really put our passions to, we can really bring that into fruition and manifestation. And again, from my heart to yours, I thank you so much, from Belinda Pearl and from Tiny Devotions, and I am sure I will see you all online very, very, very soon. Namaste.